Hello everyone, my name is Anita Ramchandani, working as an assistant dietitian in UN Meta since 2012. First of all, I want to thank my UN Meta team to giving me such a wonderful opportunity to take this CNA. Today's topic of CNA is food fortification with nutrient and support. Fortified food for normal function of our body require macro and micronutrient. As we know, macronutrient for protein, carb and fat, as well as we need micro like vitamins and mineral for cell to divide and grow and development, and such as our body require some vitamins and mineral that cause our body healthy. Food fortification. WHO says the process whereby nutrients are added to food in relatively small quantities to maintain or improve quality of diet in a group, community or a population. Here we say the type of menu. We can easily divide our thali in three portions. One big portion is with vegetables, fruits, and second portion is cereals, micro cereals and pulses. Third portion is divided in three portions: pulses, lentils and non-vegetarian foods, flesh foods, and this is going to be divided in three: milk and milk products and fruits, dry fruits and nuts. Now we talk about history of food fortification. Iodized salt was used in the United States before World War II. Niacin has been added to bread in the USA since 1938. Vitamin D was added to margarine in Denmark in early 50s. Vitamin A and D were added Vanaspati ghee in India since 1954. As per the mandate, folic acid was added to the bread to preventing neural tube defects in infants in 60s. Over the last 3 decades, fortification of food has become a public health measure for preventing deficiency of vitamin A, iron, folic acid and iodine. Purpose of food fortification: improve nutritional quality of food, reduce nutrition disorders, fortification of good bodybuilding and fortification of medical treatment. Here we can say this micronutrient can't build our body by itself, so we have to complete it with our diet. Sometime such a reason we can't able to buy excessive food and such as nutritive food. That's why we suffer with the deficiencies. That's why we have to cover with diet and fortified food. Why we need it? In India have a very high burden of micronutrient deficiency caused by vitamin A, iodine, iron and folic acid. According to the National Family Health Survey, 58.4% of children 6 to 59 months are anemic. 3.1% women in a reducing age group, reproductive age group are anemic. 35.7% of children under 5, they are also underweight. So this is our upcoming generation. We have to take care about this, and through the food fortification we complete their extra supplements, nutrients. Need for regulation for micronutrient fortification staple food. Fortification is an adding of one and more essential micronutrient to food, whether or not normally continued in food, for the purpose of preventing or correcting demonstrated deficiency of one and more micronutrient and nutrient in the population of or specific population group. Fortification of food under the government supply program. Fortification of ICDS supplementary cooked food. Fortification of food for the midday meal, where the children going for school take their healthy thali in lunch. Fortification of factory produce ready to eat food, whom they don't have a time to cook or they are traveling more, easily available ready to eat foods. Fortification of wheat flour supplied through targeted public distribution system. That is also very important. What we are going to fortify, it should be easily available for everyone. However, for the packaged foods available in the open market, there are no clear guidelines or nutrients that can be fortified or as permissible under the law. Under the Prevention of Food Fortification or Food Adulteration Act, the 40 Food Safety and Standards Act FSSA voluntary fortified guidelines are only for the whole wheat flour like atta and refined wheat flour as a maida. Adding nutrient in your diet, easily get what you want from your diet. Here we can see the fortified food easily available and they cause with the strong bones, healthy skin, growth and development, immunity and better eyesight. So easily available salt, double fortified with iron and iodized, wheat and rice, iron, folic acid and vitamin B12, milk and oil easily add vitamin A and D. If it is deficient, we can suffer with iron deficiency anemia and as well as night blindness, goiter and type 2 diabetes and other more deficiencies. Iodine fortification. The fortification commonly used for potassium iodide and potassium iodine. The addition does not change the color, appearance or a taste of salt. Fortified salt contained iodine and essential for preventing goiter, development disability and cognitive impairment. Vitamin D fortification. Food are rarely fortified with vitamin D in India because mostly we are adequate sunlight exposure every day. Mostly milk and milk product, margarine were added fortified with vitamin D to observe the calcium. Two form of vitamin D are used to fortify food and dietary supplementary vitamin D2 and D3. Fortification of wheat flour. Powdered vitamin and minerals are added for during the milling process using the equipment called the feeder. 3 types of feeder we are using: screw feeder, revolving disc feeder and drum pipe feeder. Fortification of rice. Rice fortification is quite complex. The main technology those are availability to fortified rice are hot exhaustion and cold exhaustion, coating and dusting. Oil fortification. Oil fortification is the purpose of adding micronutrient to edible oil to increase the nutrition value. At an individual level, fortification oil can help to person meet 25 to 30% of recommended dietary intake in vitamin A and D according to FSSAI. The appearance, taste, texture, flavor and shelf life of edible oil not affected with the fortification. Fortified food help lactating mother and pregnant lady and such as older adults and young children to develop develop their body as well as they really help in they fill the gap and help with the extra nutrient. Criteria to fortification: nutrient deficiency should be widespread. The vehicle food must be consumed by the targeted group. Addition of micronutrient should not change the taste, color, flavor, texture and shelf life of a food item. US food producer since food fortification in 1920 to prevent nutrition illness, such as food makers create their chemicals. These chemicals doesn't have a same taste, smell and texture. Approach for arriving at food fortification levels: National RDA of Nutrients prevents and deficiency of region. per capita consumption of food vehicles to be fortified, create dietary habits to population, stability of nutrient in the food being fortified, chemical sources. Food fortification methods. There are 4 food fortification methods: biofortification, microbial biofortifications, commercial and industrial fortification, home fortification. Nano fortification and its benefit. It's easily available in our home to improve the bioavailability, statin release and improve stability, targeted delivery, biocompatibility and improve the releasing profits. Advantages: providing certain nutrient stimulatory in the same food, improve the utilization of certain vitamins and minerals, example vitamin C, enhance the absorption of iron, providing nutrient through the regular food supply and distribution system, reduce the cost. Food should be one part of our regular dietary needs. For over a healthy lifestyle, they try to get many nutrients from the raw or vegetables or a fruit. From the unprocessed food, we easily get it. They are cost effective foods that are highly certain nutrient, like example of fish rich in omega 3 fatty acid, but many cost of it's may cost effect. So as much as we can say, the egg and milk product often produced to be fortified with omega 3 fatty acids. These products are easily available and often cost less. So still similar nutrient we get through this. You might get too many vitamins and minerals in your diet, which can harmful for you. More as likely when you take supplement like pills than when you eat fortified food. It's going to be over. Future challenges for food fortification. Create community awareness about the benefits of food fortification. Private sectors, governments and international agencies need to make community to investing and in food fortification. Ensure to increase the ability of fortified food into vulnerable group of population. Thank you so much.